Hi everyone! In today's video, I'm going to share some practical tips to help you improve your English speaking skills. Whether you're just starting out or looking to boost your fluency, these strategies will help you speak more confidently and naturally in English. So let's dive in and get started on your journey to better communication. Improving English speaking skills requires a combination of consistent practice, exposure to the language, and adopting a few specific strategies. One of the most effective ways to begin is by immersing yourself in English as much as possible. Surround yourself with the language by listening to podcasts, watching movies, and engaging in conversations with fluent speakers. This exposure helps you naturally pick up on pronunciation, intonation, and everyday expressions, which are crucial for sounding more natural. It's also important to practice speaking regularly, even if you don't feel confident at first. You can start by reading aloud from books or articles to improve your pronunciation and fluency. Recording yourself as you speak can also be incredibly helpful. By listening to these recordings, you can identify areas where you need to improve, such as clarity or speed of speech. Additionally, don't shy away from making mistakes. Mistakes are an essential part of the learning process, and every mistake is a step toward fluency. If possible, join English-speaking clubs or groups where you can practice conversational English with others. This can help you overcome the fear of speaking in public and also expose you to different accents and dialects, enriching your understanding of the language. Another important aspect is expanding your vocabulary. The more words and phrases you know, the easier it becomes to express yourself. Try to learn new words in context rather than in isolation, as this will make it easier for you to remember and use them naturally in conversation. A great way to do this is by reading books or articles that interest you, paying attention to how words are used in sentences. Along with vocabulary, focus on improving your grammar, as it is the structure that holds language together. You don't need to master every grammatical rule, but being aware of common structures will help you speak more accurately. Another useful method is shadowing, where you listen to native speakers and try to imitate their speech as closely as possible, repeating phrases and sentences to match their rhythm and pronunciation. This will help you develop a natural flow when speaking English. Additionally, it's beneficial to think in English rather than translating from your native language, as this reduces the time you spend searching for the right words and helps you become more spontaneous in conversation. It's also important to be patient with yourself, as language learning takes time. Set realistic goals, such as having short conversations in English every day, or learning a certain number of new words each week. Over time, these small steps will accumulate, and you'll notice significant improvements in your speaking abilities. Maintain a positive attitude and embrace every opportunity to speak, whether it's ordering food, asking for directions, or chatting with a friend. In addition to the strategies mentioned earlier, incorporating a few more advanced techniques can accelerate your progress. One powerful method is practicing with a language exchange partner or a tutor who can give you personalized feedback on your pronunciation, grammar, and fluency. A language partner can also introduce you to cultural nuances, idioms, and colloquial expressions that textbooks or formal study methods might overlook. Another technique to consider is breaking down your learning into more focused speaking exercises. For instance, pick specific topics each week, such as travel, hobbies, current events, or career-related subjects, and practice discussing them in English. This will help you develop topic-specific vocabulary and give you the confidence to speak about a variety of subjects. It's also helpful to pay attention to non-verbal communication. Gestures, facial expressions, and body language play a significant role in effective communication, and practicing these can make you more expressive and engaging when speaking English. Additionally, using technology can greatly enhance your learning process. There are various apps available that allow you to practice speaking with AI chatbots, native speakers, or even participate in live conversations. You can also use voice recognition software to practice pronunciation and get instant feedback on how well you are pronouncing words. Some apps even offer conversation scenarios, such as ordering at a restaurant or making small talk at a party, which can simulate real-world interactions. These tools can be great for reinforcing speaking habits and building confidence, especially if you don't have many opportunities to speak English in your daily life. When it comes to improving fluency, one technique is to learn chunks or phrases of language rather than isolated words. These chunks can be ready-made sentences or common phrases that native speakers use regularly, and they help you speak more smoothly without stopping to think about grammar rules. For example, learning set phrases like, "Could you help me with," or "I'm not sure I understand what you mean," gives you quick, natural responses for everyday situations. Another important aspect of improving fluency is controlling the speed at which you speak. While it's tempting to speak fast to sound fluent, it's actually more beneficial to speak clearly and at a moderate pace, focusing on articulation and sentence structure. Over time, your speed will naturally increase as you become more comfortable with the language. It's also valuable to become more aware of stress and intonation patterns in English. English is a stress-timed language, which means that certain syllables are stressed while others are reduced. Learning how native speakers emphasize certain words in a sentence can help you sound more natural and make your speech easier for others to understand. Intonation, or the rise and fall of pitch while speaking, plays a key role in conveying meaning and emotion. For instance, raising your pitch at the end of a sentence can indicate a question, while a falling pitch can suggest a statement or a conclusion. Practicing these patterns will make your speech more dynamic and engaging. Another technique to develop your speaking skills is to give yourself mini public speaking tasks. These could be short self-presentations, summaries of something you've read, or even explaining a concept aloud. Doing this helps you get used to structuring your thoughts in English and expressing them clearly without feeling rushed or anxious. It also pushes you to use a wider range of vocabulary and grammar structures as you try to explain your ideas fully. Finally, don't underestimate the power of self-reflection. After conversations, think about what went well and where you struggled. Were there moments when you couldn't find the right word or felt unsure about a certain phrase? Make a note of these areas and then make a plan to address them. You can look up words or phrases you had difficulty with and practice them in future conversations. Being aware of your weaknesses and actively working to improve them is a key part of mastering any skill, including speaking English. In short, improving your English speaking skills is a continuous process that combines exposure, practice, self-awareness, and the use of helpful tools. By engaging in conversations regularly, learning from your mistakes, expanding your vocabulary, and immersing yourself in the language as much as possible, you'll steadily grow more confident and proficient in speaking English.